Book discussion: The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I really like this book and I just want to share my opinions with spoilers. Who is Addie LaRue? I don't know. I don't remember. Get it? Okay, every chapter starts with an art. I didn't understand that at first, but then I realized, yeah, that's her. She was an artist without a voice, so she became the art. And she seek all the people who were artists so she could leave that trace behind. And that was very smart. Like she was very proud of that loophole. As long as she is not the one holding the pen, she has find ways of staying there. She cannot create memories, but she can create ideas. That is very nice seeing all the paintings along the years to be the muse of many artists, and they fall in love with her every single time. She talks especially about two. Well, one girl who is like a painter. She has a painting of someone who is identically to Addie, and she doesn't remember where she saw that. And this boy who's a musician, they together wrote a song. Of course, the guy doesn't remember where the song came from. He thinks that it was just a dream or something, like he has no idea. But Abby, for weeks, has been implanting ideas in his mind. The scene where she listens to the song and she's completely heartbroken. Yeah, I really like that. Like it was very emotional. Yeah, so it was interesting seeing all the loops that she has of the same date repeating, but every time they forget about her and she just hopes that something is there. Like, and not seeing recognition in those eyes that you've known for so long, that's hard. Now let's talk about Henry. I really like Henry. I really like the story. He wishes to be loved. Now he is always loved. And that means that everyone sees someone different from him. No one loves Henry because he is Henry. They just love him because they see someone else. And now Henry will always be wondering if those person actually love him or they just love the imaginary person they are seeing instead of him. He has two best friends, and the girl specifically doesn't change in any way when Henry has this wish. So she is like the only person that actually loves Henry for Henry. But when he asks her, "What do you see in me? Like, do you love me so much?" And she says, "Yeah, well, you're just an amazing friend. You have always been there for me." And Henry realizes that that's not true. Henry hasn't always been an amazing friend, that he hasn't always been there for her. But that's what she sees. Oh, that is hard. Hard, 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 hard. Damn, dude, you realizing you are not as good friend as you would like to be, that is hard. Then the other friend I didn't like because he was his ex and he just saw him as something else that he wasn't. And no, I didn't like the other guy, but that was kind of the point. I really like the girlfriend. Henry also goes to have dinner with his family, and for the first time, Henry sees his father proud of him. But the worst part is that his father is not seeing Henry. His father is seeing what he would like Henry to be. Henry says that was the best day of his life. It was all fake because that has never happened before. And realizing that your parents would like you to be someone else and your parents would be proud of someone else that is so different from you. Damn, like Henry, dude. I wanted to ask you, which one do you think is the worst curse? Because, of course, Addie cannot leave any mark and cannot say her name, but she is immortal. She cannot die. She can steal everything. On the other hand, Henry, no one sees him. He cannot make any type of new friendship or relationship with anyone because they don't see him. I don't know. Like, I think Henry's curse is way worse in that time. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to know what you think. Maybe Addie is obviously worse. Please tell me in the comments your opinion. So Henry and Addie meeting each other was very funny because Addie steals a book and then she tries to give it back and Henry's like, "What are you doing?" And Addie is completely dumbfounded. She really thought he wouldn't remember. That's really funny. I really, really like the meet cute. The idea that their wishes cancel each other out was perfect because everyone sees Henry as the perfect person. So the perfect person for Addie is someone who remembers her. Addie just sees Henry as Henry, and Henry remembers Addie. So it's the perfect exchange. That is the first time that Addie can have different days. Like it's the first time she's not stuck in a loop of the same conversations over and over again, and she can finally tell her story and say her name. She has tried, but all the words just disappear, or the persons just forget. So it's the first time she can do all the things she's been wanting to do for 300 years. So everything was perfect, and then it comes the big reveal that Henry exchanged his soul for 1 year. He has like a few months left. I gasped. Like I knew it was coming, but damn, by the time I was already in love with him, so damn. And now let's talk about Luke. There is not much to say about him because he's not real. Like, there is nothing we know about him. His face is not real, his voice is not real, it's not even his name. So he's just a boy, a lonely, lonely boy. But he's also right. At the end of the book, we realize that Abby is not a human anymore because she remembers everything for 300 years. She has never been sick, she doesn't age. So she doesn't change or mature. To do that, you need something to ground you. You need people or relationships so you can see how far you've come. When she had her first fight with Henry, it was a very immature fight. Like she immediately got angry and was crying and she just left. And then Henry is, what are you doing? Like Eddie has no idea how to have relationship because she never has to. She doesn't have any type of consequences when it comes to people. So really the only person that is stable in her life is Luke, and they really only have each other. So realistically, Addie could never be with Henry for the long run. He would continue to grow and change and get older while she stayed the same. So yeah, like there will definitely be a time where she would have to make the decision of leaving, and again that is a tough decision. In many other books that I have read about immortal characters, there is always this question: how can you love a mortal if you are going to watch them die? I think that my favorite part of the book, where I was very emotional, was when Henry was waiting to die. It was so realistic. There is nothing you can do. You don't even talk. What can you say? Everything has already been said. You're just waiting for the time to pass. And oh God, time always ends a second before you're ready. That life is the minutes you want minus one. It was very bad because you're just waiting and there's nothing you can do. You can't avoid time. Well, Henry couldn't. So I cried that, well, then Addie saves Henry's life in exchange for her own. But I like the ending. Addie is no longer human, so she can live with Luke. They also had a relationship. They both only have each other, so kind of makes sense. It was very funny that she learned how to trick him. I will be with you as long as you want me. So the fact that her plan is being completely annoying, so Luke wants to leave, so Luke doesn't want her anymore. It's just so funny. And yeah, the ending being that Henry is the one who writes the story, and Henry is the only person who remembers Addie. And in that way, he makes her immortal through art. Addie, by that point, has been in different types of art. You know, she's been a painting, she's been a song. She also has a photograph that Henry took. Was very weird how he took that photo. And now she has a book. So she has been the muse to all of these types of art. And yeah, it's very good. I think that's it. Tell me what you thought about the book. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And why? I like to know your opinion. Bye.